Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Libra for the week of September 13th. Now Libra, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Just a reminder, Libra, that the only place you can get anything from me is my website, zaneintuitive.com. Make sure you're using the link below. I'll never ask you for a reading. I'll never contact you for money, either via email, on YouTube, or on Instagram. Just stay alert because there has been an uptick in scammers recently. I do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Also want to say I'm very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Same goes to my Patreons. All right, Libra, let's see what we have here for you. Make sure everything's in view. And we'll get right into this for you. All right. I think that looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is potentially being, having a lot of choices to make, potentially feeling confused about something. I do feel like there was maybe, there's an issue around justice, around integrity, doing the right thing that's coming up for you here in this week. And the Seven of Cups to me indicates that perhaps somebody has left you feeling confused about something. And I do feel like you're kind of ready to take this head on, like you're ready to approach this situation from a new angle and decide to like clear the fog, to work through the confusion. Now, for others of you, you have a lot of options available to you. You've set yourself up for success. You've done something that has ensured your sort of, it's almost like you have your pick in some area of life, and it's because of some sort of hard work that you've done. There are issues of integrity here, and I feel like with that karma that's coming around here, that's providing you with some like multiple choices that you have. Like, it's always great to have options. And that's what I feel like is coming in for you. And then for others of you, there's an area around confusion that's coming in here, and I feel like it's coming in for review. Taking a look here, you have a nice reading. It's an interesting reading. I think this is going to there are going to be messages for kind of both love and career in this reading, finance. But I'm very drawn to and interested in the Justice and the King of Swords card, which I typically read both as Libras, and I'll get into that as I go along. But you are showing up here in a prominent position. Now, right away in the middle, in the most prominent position in this spread, you have the Justice card, which is the Libra card. This is the divine scales, okay, balancing out and tipping in your favor. This is the karmic scales coming in. So this says that if you have acted with integrity in your life, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. And actually, you can really welcome the Justice energy and the Justice card, because it means you're getting some sort of outcome that you truly deserve. And the same is true on the other end too. If the scale has tipped the other way, if you have dipped into lower energy or lower vibration or lower frequencies, then the scale is going to tip in that direction, and you are still going to get the outcome you deserve. So this is the right outcome at the right time being served up by the universe here. And it's around you. And so it's interesting here because we also have the Two of Swords here again. So that you could also read this as a Libra. So I find this very interesting where we have these cards coming in here. This is an injustice. For most of you, I feel like you are the one who has good karma here. But I brought this bottom card in once again because the Seven of Cups, feeling confused. The Two of Swords here, being blindfolded, feeling confused because you can't see the road ahead. And this is also potentially an injustice. There were words that were had, there were daggers that have been thrown. You can see these two swords here. You could also view them as daggers someone's throwing at you. And those daggers are like emotional, right? They're emotional words, some sort of heated argument potentially, or something like that happened here. You've been contemplating what happened. Why did this situation come about with this Four of Cups? You see this person sitting under the tree thinking about things. The thing is, they're dipping into boredom, in apathy. And so for the challenge for this person is to let go of these three cups that are familiar and realize that there's an alternative solution here being served up on a platter to this person by the universe. All they have to do is look up and realize it's right in front of them. So you know your way out of this Two of Swords situation. And for you, it's just a matter of, I think, trusting not only in the universe, God, whatever you believe in, but also just trusting in your ability to find the answer as well. And then lastly here you have the Lovers, card of Gemini. Okay, Gemini energy here. Two people, two dolphins. Gemini is the sign of duality. This can mean juggling or tasks and priorities here. Especially with the Seven of Cups, you could just have a lot of things on your plate at this time, but there are issues around relationships potentially coming in here. It's going to get resolved. It's going to get resolved, and I'll tell you why in the future, but some of you just a little confused, a little taken aback at something that happened here in the past. Now, in their current situation, you have the Five of Swords, the Justice card, and the Nine of Pentacles. So we've talked about this Justice card. We talked about getting the outcome you deserve, and also that being the Libra card. But you also here have this Nine of Pentacles. This is financial independence. This is a really nice card of abundance, one of my favorite ones. This says that you have planted seeds here. You can see the pentacles growing on the bush, indicating that you have some sort of product or something, some sort of fruit that is now providing for you. It's like self-sustainability in your life, right? And it's like this idea that you don't have to rely on other people's income. You don't have to, ask for money. You don't have to be dependent on anybody. This is a card of true independence, and it is typically read as financial independence because it's the suit of pentacles. And so, like I said, for some of you, there are many choices available because you've put in the work, you've put in the effort, and now this is what you deserve. Now, you have as well this Five of Swords above here. Notice all of the swords energy. Notice all of the sort of scales, the swords, all of this sort of energy. It's very interesting. This Five of Swords is potentially someone who's tried to win at all costs. Someone threw a dagger at you. Yeah, there's no other really way to put it. I think this came into the Gemini reading as well. So if you have anything relating to a Gemini at all going on, you may want to, or Gemini in your chart, you may want to look at that. But there was a situation here with somebody that hurt you, and it felt like a loss in some way, and it's heavy on your mind here. It's weighing on your mind with the Two of Swords, the Five of Swords. What's really interesting here is we have it progressing into the Six of Swords in the future. So 5 into 6, we also have the 2, all on your upper row here in your thoughts. So in the future, we have the Six of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Two of Cups. This outcome is going to be resolved. The challenge is you're going to come to an amicable sort of resolution here with whatever happened. Six of Swords is taking these swords with you and transitioning forward, sailing to new shorelines, going to new places, meeting new people, but going on some sort of journey solo here, as you can see. And the thing is, you have this King of Swords. This is you showing up once again, Libra, here with the King of Swords. I almost feel like you're taking the reins here and being the mature person. Even though you may not have been throwing the daggers, you are resolving this situation. The King of Swords, this is somebody who's going to give you a fair shot. This is somebody who's going to really listen to both sides of an argument and really have a level-headed sort of approach to a situation. And I do feel like this is what's coming in for that. Now, at the end of all of this, I love this card. You have the Two of Cups. This is partnerships in general. This is positive situations happening in partnerships. So this could be a romantic situation that I've been reading about. It doesn't have to be, though. It can be between two other people. And this is just harmony here between two people coming in. So I love it. So let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. There's also a bell below this video which will show up after you hit subscribe. If you click that bell, you will never miss an update from me. And lastly, Libra, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope things are going well for you. I do have a Patreon if you want to support me there. Absolutely no pressure though. Link to that in the description below. Let's see what we get here for you, Libra, to clarify with some oracle messages. All right. So we have Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize you have the power. Yeah, it's in your hands here. You're in control, you're in charge here, Libra. And I do feel like you're going to come up with an amicable resolution, but it's empowerment here. I feel like the karma for you is really good. You have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace, share gifts with grace, waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Definitely. I feel like you're going to help, maybe even help this other person see that what they did was wrong. Help this other person see this situation in a new way. And that's, really a nice outcome for both sides. You have Horus, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful, miraculous changes are occurring. So, Horus talks about how you can sit in meditation and how there's this vortex or this gateway above your head in the crown chakra, and you can throw ideas into this vortex. This is getting a little esoteric, but in meditation you can visualize yourself throwing ideas into the vortex and allowing them to spin. And eventually those ideas will bear fruit, right? And so some of you may want to connect with your crown chakra. Some of you may just want to simply do a little bit of a meditation session to help yourself out, especially as we have this Four of Cups person like meditating or sitting under the tree. So some of you may resonate, some of you may connect with that idea. Let's see what else we have here. We'll pull some more tarot cards to clarify this situation. So we have the Hanged Man. Okay. We have the Strength card and the Fool. So Hanged Man, Two of Swords. Indecision, okay? Not letting go. This person is not letting go. They're staying sort of hanging in the post, in the air, strung up to the post, right? And so they're not moving forward. They're just kind of staying there. And the Two of Swords is like, again, also kind of not able to move forward because they're blindfolded. And so for you, it's making a sacrifice. It's giving something up to get something else, wanting to resolve this situation or not. It's the choice is yours. And you have the Strength card with the Four of Cups. The Strength card is having courage to really tackle this. It's also probably easy right now for you to stay comfortable where you are with the Hanging Man and the Four of Cups and the Strength cards coming in to say, no, we're going to disrupt that. We're going to disrupt the comfort. It's time to get a little bit uncomfortable potentially for some of you. And that can be good sometimes. Then you have the Lovers and the Fool. This is new, okay? The way that you're approaching this situation is new. But the Fool's a powerful card. It starts off the tarot. It's 0. It says you're about to embark on a new journey without the trauma and the situations of the past. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands. So I like to see that. King of Wands, some of you are self-employed. Some of you have something going on the side, like such as a side hustle, because Nine of Pentacles can be self-employment, but it's really just financial independence. The King of Wands is the entrepreneur in the tarot. Now, if you're not resonating with that, you have your pick of the projects, you have your pick of the job opportunities in your career, because you are the most passionate person in the room. Every single time, no matter where you go, King of Wands has that sort of energy about them. It's a really nice card, pretty successful too, pretty successful king. So definitely like to see that. Justice, Nine of Wands. Again, this is coming in here where you're being reserved, maybe a little bit timid, shy with that Nine of Wands. You can see this person literally just looks reserved, holding onto their wand. But it's because they realize that they're almost at the finish line and they don't want to mess it up, okay? Because the Nine of Wands tells you to keep going. So there is this sort of breaking out of your shell energy that I'm seeing here. And what do we have up here? The Knight of Cups with the Five of Swords. Could be someone coming in, but it's like you got to work through the Five of Swords below it. We'll see what else comes in here. We have the Eight of Wands, the Five of Swords coming in again, and the King of Swords coming in again. So in the same column, this is just you are center stage here, Libra. This is all about you. It's how you want to handle this situation. And it's really like, do you want to continue the connection? Do you want to continue the relationship? Where do you want to take it with the Two of Cups? Whether this is a friend, family member, romantic relationship, where do you want to take it? With that King of Swords, Two of Cups, and the King of Swords, Five of Swords, you're cognizant and aware of the win at all cost mentality of this other person and the way that they've probably, as I keep saying, thrown those daggers. But for you, it's almost like, are you ready to move past it? You don't have to, but it's like, are you? Or do you want to? Some of you want to. And then you have that Eight of Wands. This is the thing, it could be a quick resolution if you want to work through it, because that Eight of Wands is the idea of getting unstuck. It's getting out of the mud. It's positive, it's like accelerated motion, positive movement forward, good things happening. And it's good news. It's good news as well. It's a really nice card no matter what. And so the other thing is that you have that Six of Swords below it. Six of Swords, Eight of Wands, that's major travel energy. Like, so some of you are at least thinking about travel. I'm not saying now is the right time to travel with everything that's going on. You'll make that judgment call, but you're at least thinking about it or thinking about moving, something like that. You have Gift, Coffin, Imprisonment, Courtship, Mature Woman, and House. Sudden Wealth on the bottom. Like I said, the career energy here looks very good. Like, you have definitely acted with integrity in your career. You've set yourself up for success, and now you're getting something that you deserve. You're being mature here. It doesn't matter if you're what gender you are with Mature Woman coming in, but you're being mature. They realize what they did was wrong. They're trying to win you back in some way. It doesn't matter, you know, if there's romance or not in there. If it's just platonic, friend, family, whatever, it doesn't matter. They realize what happened. And you have some sort of gift of resolution here, Libra, and you have some sort of gift of being able to see all sides of this situation. It's a deep reading. You have an ending and imprisonment. Now, you know, don't get stressed about those. I feel like I feel like you feel maybe trapped in your house in some, I know this is a narrow message, but it's almost like some of you need to take on a routine, like go for a walk, go like daily walks or something like that going on. Maybe even you're like thinking about moving out of your location, like to a different location because you're just trapped. And so that's what I feel there. But overall, this reading's really nice. You have the luxury of choice here. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Consider becoming a Patreon. I will see you in the next one.